Oopsie. All right. Let's try it again and see what happens. Okay. I want to see that my comments show up. Hey, boo. I should have cussed them out, but I'm like, no. I'm just going to do a spell on they bitch asses. They be fucking with the wrong ones. They be just fucking with the wrong one. So, I'm hoping that comment made it on there. Hello. I know. What the fuck was that? I was like, what the hell is going on? Why would they come on my channel? I'm a little old, you know what I mean? I'm doing my thing. I don't be out here bothering nobody. But they fucked with me today, so they're gonna get a little visit. They're gonna get a little visit. Anyway, let me get back to what we was talking about. So the lazy people. Your energy don't go nowhere. They cannot fulfill your needs. And it takes us a long, long time to realize that our needs are just not being met. I know, I know. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Anyway, but the energy comes back and it's never what we were looking for. Never what we were looking for. You know what? I am. That's exactly what I'm going to do there, Yellow. You so on point. I literally typed in there right before my live ended, I'm going to do a spell on all y'all hoes. I put that in all caps as my live ended. I was like, I'm going to fuck y'all up on a Tuesday, okay? I'm going to put it so far up they motherfucking ass tomorrow. They don't even know what the fuck they're going to be dealing with. They don't even know. I'm ready for their motherfucking ass. They came for the wrong one today. Anyway, so fuck them. We already know we don't need the motherfucking people with the potential, the lazy people, the friends that's lazy. You can't keep investing and putting in people, guys, that just, the shit ain't going nowhere. Even with our friends that got terrible relationships. Eventually, you have to let them be. Not to say that they're lazy, but they just don't want to put into themselves. They want to put into another person, and just you have to let them go with that because that's just their soul's journey. So you have to leave them with that, okay? Now, other people that I wanted to talk about, and I know this is going to sound terrible, but matter of fact, we just experienced them. Ugly people and mean people. I don't mean to say it like that, but sometimes, and I know people think that unattractive people can be some of the nicest people, but sometimes they're not. And as you can see, these motherfuckers that was just on our live, the last one, that's exactly the type of people that I wanted to talk about. Mean and ugly people. And not to say, and when I say ugly, I mean inside ugly. Okay? Your internal is so messed up. And we all have them. These are our demons that's in our lives. And they come in the form of family, friends, lovers. Okay? I'm just being clear. And these type of people, here we go again, our beautiful, luscious self. We shine this light on these type of people that they don't like. Okay? They don't like the light that you shine. They hate it. They can't stand you. This is where the evil eye comes from. It don't come from the lazy. Well, it does come from the lazy ones with potential because they, for some reason, they're under some impression that you got some type of magical thing going on instead of just fucking hard work and dedication. They think that when we do the magic, the money does appear, But we also know that we have to do what we need to do as well. We can't have a clean house without getting the fuck up and cleaning it. You see what I'm saying? We can't put the floor sweep down and not fucking sweep it. Am I making sense? So these are the ones that will be the evil eye come from. The mean and ugly people. The ones that have no good intention for you at all. Okay? This is the realest of them all, because this is where the demons and the closest people are these ones. Our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, our brothers, uncles, aunts, cousins. Jealous for no reason. It be just like that. They got so much time in their hands to just hate. Meanwhile, your ass working 2 jobs. You killing up yourself, doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, to make your ends meet and to help them. And what these people do, you give to them. You give to them. They abuse you back. They gaslight you. They disrespect you. They talk about you behind your back. They make it seem like anytime you make a decision, it's wrong. They judge you on all of your decisions. They think you better than them, which in most cases you probably do, and you should, because you are. Let's just be real. And they have a problem with the way you shine because they don't handle their business, and your shine shows their shadow. It bothers them. Your shine shows their shadow. So when their shadow gets shown, what they do, they don't know how to handle it. So they come at you in all these crazy ways. Even if they are given to you, it's with some heavy contingencies. I think that's the proper word. You got to do a certain thing, be a certain way. It's always something that you're giving more than them. They don't never do nothing to just out the kindness of their heart for a thank you. And then if you expect something back for what you've given them, you wrong, you evil, you crazy. How dare you deserve? These are the ones that'll lie on you, cheat on you, steal from you, and think the end justifies the mean, and how dare you be angry at them for doing fucked up shit to you. This was back in the day when Uncle would molest the kids, and then he still was sitting across the fucking table while everybody was sitting there, and everybody trying to ignore the fact that he's a fucking child molester. This is the type of shit that was going on. Okay? This is the mother who's abusive to whichever child. Over and over and over again. And then had the nerve to steal. And then had the nerve to lie. And then have the nerve to need to live with them after they've done nothing but abuse them their whole life. You have to then depend on that fucking child. And then as you're depending on them, have the nerve to still be fucking abusive, and you're living off of them. This is the type of shit. And then you get mad at people who put their parents in nursing home. And a lot of times it's because that person was abusive to them the whole time. This is the type of shit that be going on, guys. This is the type of shit that be going on. Let me unlock the door for my daughter. So when y'all are having these relationships, let me see what's going on. I see somebody standing there. Hold up. Oh, okay. Hi, baby girl. I'm on live, like always. Yeah, I'm doing a class. So these type of relationships are the most toxic. All of them are toxic, but these are the ones that usually form you the most because they... Excuse me? What is that? Oh, okay. These are the ones that are most toxic and the ones that we are forming from childhood, usually. And they form us, and we still, for some reason, grow up to be beautiful people in the midst of the craziness that goes on around us. But these relationships the most are the ones that we have to separate ourselves from all of them. But the mean people and the ugly people that are inside, the ones that will hurt you. You can't, what I've learned is you just can't trust. You so silly. I'm serious. But no, it's crazy the type of relationships that we be having, guys. And most of the time when we're trying to do spells and our spell work isn't working the way we think it should be working, it's because we have one of these types of people in our lives that's literally just taking and have, even if, let's say, with the person that's dating somebody's husband, because I know people that have dated people's husbands and they get houses paid off and they drive in Maseratis, they living really, really well. It's still, you're still not satisfied. Usually you're missing out on the good sex, the good something, the companionship, holidays, you're alone. It'd be all of that. It'd be all of that. So y'all have to really be mindful of the energy that you're putting in. What do you want? A what? I don't have any Chick-fil-A. That's what me and my baby had lunch today at her school. Thank you. I had lunch with my 7-year-old at school today. No, it's not unfair. It's not unfair. So that's why my live is late, because I would have came on here at 12:30, but I was having lunch with the baby. Anyway, guys, that is the main things I wanted to talk about. This is the reason why our shit don't be manifesting. It's because of the people, places, and things. And guys, don't feel bad if you feel like a person is not at your level. You are entitled to have standards. And if a person does not meet them, do not date them. And that means financially, that means sexually, that means mentally and emotionally. Are they fulfilling your needs? Are your needs being met? And don't be out here talking about, oh, I need a millionaire and all that. Be realistic. Everybody not no millionaire. You see what I'm saying? And everybody's not going to have that pretty woman experience. But we do deserve to have our needs met. And it can be with a person that is just as financially stable and happy and beautiful as you. They do exist in male and female form in all ages. So we don't have to deal with these type of people. I'm saying this because this week I was doing my weekly reading and I didn't get to finish it, but because my phone was running out of storage, so I might come on here and do it in person. Either way, what kept coming up is the fact that we're in this new. We've learned the lessons. We move forward. But Mercury retrograde is going to bring some of these things back. And I want y'all to look for the signs of these motherfuckers, because they are coming. And when they come, you need to remember everything that they brought to the table. And usually it was nothing. And if it was something, it was minute. And it came with problems. Okay? Period. Point blank. You're welcome, Christina. But this is some real shit. This is some real shit. Okay? Do not be picking up none of these motherfuckers that got potential. We are not doing... What kind of people are we not entertaining? Okay? We're not entertaining lazy ass people. No lazy people. No people with potential. None of that. Nobody in jail. I don't give a fuck if they about to get out next week. Unless they are a millionaire and they have told you where the money is hidden. You do not date no nigga in jail. Do you understand me? I don't give a fuck how much they pretend. Okay? Have them give you the keys to the security deposit box or tell you where it's buried, or have somebody drop off 30 bands to you to show you that the money is real. If it's really like that with a dude in jail, he'll be able to make those type of moves from jail. Don't let them finesse you. Okay? I know real dudes that went to jail and they was still paying all the bills in their damn house while they was doing them 10 years because they had enough stash. So don't let these niggas fool you, and you be bringing some fool in your house that can't help you with a goddamn thing. Hell no. Okay? Any person that's married or living with a person. Now, if they're dating people, date on, you need to be dating too. Okay? But no married people, you don't need to be boosting his motherfucking ego so he can go home and give his wife kisses. Nah, fuck that. We done with people riding our energy to benefit others, and they not even giving us on the level of that. Hell no. And then when you see these hoes, they don't even be nothing. No, 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 and no. Okay? Mean people, jealous, no jealous friends, no abusive. And if you're not physically attracted to them, do not date them. Stop trying to date people that are not attractive physically to you. Now, because I like fat dudes. Most women don't like fat dudes, but I do. You see what I'm saying? So to each his own. If he's not attracted to you, if the sex ain't rocking, what you doing? Stop staying with people because they just nice. Nah, fuck that. We need to be happy. Your needs need to be met. This is very, very important. Okay? And if anybody wants to harvest from you to just give to anybody other than you, that's a problem. And that's on period. Hey, thank you, Black Karma. And this is what is very, very important, that all of your relationships from now on, from today on, promise yourself that all of your relationships, you need to ask how they benefit you. Period. How does the relationship benefit you? And if it doesn't benefit you the way you want it, not the way they see they should give it to you, the way you want it, get the fuck up and walk away. Because they're not valuing you, they're not appreciating you, and you don't have time to waste your time with people like that. Am I making sense? Okay. And I believe I am, because I'm making sense to myself. Because sometimes, I might hit a J before a live, and then I'm, sometimes it may get a little weird. But still, these are important. These are very, very important things because it affects our magic. It affects our law of attraction when we have these relationships that aren't healthy. Okay? So always make sure, and even like with work, with the universe, even with God, you'll always see the balance in the relationship. Nothing should be uneven. We breathe out the oxygen, the hydrogen or whatever that is that we breathe out. The trees let out the oxygen. They get the hydrogen, we get the oxygen. You see what I'm saying? Boom, boom. Or whatever it is that we put out. But y'all know what I'm trying to say, though. It's always a balance, a yin and a yang. That's why I tell y'all can take any good magic tool and flip that shit and turn it into a dark tool in a second, just like I'm going to do on Tuesday for the motherfuckers with my last live. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So here we are. That's all I really wanted to get into today, guys, was the flow of energy and relationships. I'm going to take the first one down because of those fools. And that's it. I hope everybody caught the beginning of that because I just wanted to make it, I didn't want it to be long. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions? Oh, I think I was going in too when they started doing that. I'm annoyed by them people. Oh, of course. Well, let me say this. Yes, your kids can be considered, but shit, if they adults, hell yeah. And it depends on their behavior. You see what I'm saying? All we can do with our children, and this is what I tell my daughter, because with my spiritual journey, when she turned 18, I had to literally let her go. And it was hard for me because I didn't want her to go to college and all that shit. But she's an adult. And when she gets her conkalongs, I have to trust that I've raised her well enough to know better. And then I'm in a position to help her when she does fall apart. That's it and that's all. But I'm not going to throw myself under the bus for her. If she makes a bad decision, she makes a bad decision. Now, you know, if the police come a knocking, I'm fighting to the death. I'm gonna tell her, don't you say a goddamn word and get a lawyer. And that's it and that's all. Period. But other than that, you know what I mean? I will let her feel her blows fully from the decisions that she made. So if let's say, because I had a client, and I tell my clients this all the time, live your life. Because I see too many times adults, your kids become adults, and then they cussing you out. My sister-in-law, and I love my niece. My niece know I love her to death. Lord Jesus, I love my baby. She braided my hair. Auntie needed her hair braided. She braided my hair. But my niece showed up one day to church, honey, wanting to fight my sister-in-law. Told my sister-in-law to come outside so she can whip her ass like a real bitch. Okay. And my sister-in-law, she's so kind. She's so sweet. She calls me. She's like, oh, it's just not in my spirit to have put my hands on her because I'm a godly woman and I know God is going to handle her. I said, Charlie, if my child would have did that shit, I would have handled her like she was a bitch in the street. You will not disrespect me. And you will not think you're going to pull up on me anywhere and tell me come outside. Like, sometimes our kids will go too far with it. And then you want to backhand their ass, and then they want to act like they the victim. You see what I'm saying? No, that's not how that works. So if your kids are acting up and they're adults, you're entitled to leave them where they at too and let them figure that shit out, especially if they're disrespecting you. Now, if they've been good kids and they've fallen on something hard and you know you can help them, then help your babies. Because I really feel like providing that generational wealth. You know what I mean? I don't want my daughter to live with me anymore, but if she needs to, she knows she can come home anytime. And she knows that when she's ready to buy a house, mama will be able to help on period. Because I want her to have good credit and all of that shit. Like, it's not a joke for me. So with that being said, you want to look out for them. But if they take it there, show them what the fuck it is. Like, no, these kids today, especially these kids, you know, most of us didn't even spank them. We started this timeout shit. You know what I mean? And I think the timeout works because we don't have emotionally broken kids, I would say. Like, they're not fidgety, they don't have a lot of anxiety, they're not afraid of certain things. So I like in that aspect. And then my anxiety, because I'm not sitting there wanting to hit somebody, you know what I mean, goes down with it as well. But my kids know when I'm ready, I'll be, come on. My daughter be like, Mommy, you're gonna spank me. And literally, her spanking will be a pop on the butt. If my ex-husband, he has she's 20 now. She was 5, and she had opened the door for a stranger, and he was so livid. He put your hand in my hand, and she put her hand in his hand. He closed his hand and popped. She fell across the floor. Ah! That was her only spanking. Besides the ones that I would give her. But that was her, you know what I mean? So we really weren't really heavy discipline hitting parents. But I do believe if they do something really bad, they deserve their ass to be whipped. So how do you clean yourself regularly from those influences? First, I had to not be around them. That was hard because a lot of them are people that I've known all my life. Friends that I've had for 20 years, 30 years. What I did first was I just started distancing myself. I just started taking breaks, not coming to everything everybody had, even though I love them and I will still send something, but I wouldn't be in attendance like I normally would be. I wouldn't let them in my home. I moved so nobody would be able to come to my house. That was really important because that energy seeps in your home and then your home is disrupted. Your energy, your kids will be crying. It'll be all type of crazy stuff happening, things breaking, all of that, because that energy just came and disrupted your whole piece. Then when I first moved away, I did, but I didn't move away to really get rid of family. I moved away because I wanted to start fresh from my divorce. Because I wanted that fresh start. So I gave myself that. And then during that time of being away, I noticed how productive life was without people always distracting me with their problems. Because I have issues, like we all have problems, but I can handle my problems. The problem is handling my problems and their problems. And because I'm such a helper, it will be distracting and then I'm behind and it'll be shit like that. So I started putting myself first, even with my kids. And my kids are young. I got a 7-year-old. She knows mommy's going to put herself first. I'm going to put my needs first. I still make sure, I do everything I need to do, but I always make sure that I am taken care of no matter what. I don't care what anything. I mean, I don't think I'm selfish with it, but I can be. I can be. But the cleansing baths, and my cleansing baths will be simple. I will do epizote. Is that what it's called? Epizite. Let me see if I have it right here. It's an herb. They have it in the grocery store. Well, they have them in the Spanish markets. Epizote. I will use that and put that with some, well, it depends on what was. If it was like a spiritual attack, I'll use the epizote. Or evil eye, gossip. So that was like more with friends and people that may have a little jealous energy. With the family, it was simply just the Epsom salt. It will be, which is with the episode a little bit. And then it'll be rosemary in the Epsom salt, which will then cleanse and then put the protection on you to protect you from anything coming towards you. So those would be things that I would do. And I just keep people, don't think about, you just have to keep people out of your energy. Keep them away. It's hard. Especially when it's family. It's hard. But you got to do what you got to do to be happy. Remove an unwanted spiritual attachment. It depends on what it is. If it's an energy in your home or an energy that's been following you all your life, you can ask it to leave sometimes. Like, you can simply just ask it to leave. If it doesn't want to leave, burn a candle for it to leave. And you should cleanse yourself with Florida water. Cleanse your home with Florida water. Once you cleanse your home with the Florida water and cleanse your whole house, closets, everything, you want to take that Florida water. And I don't do the spray like that. I do the spray like that, but when I'm doing my home ritual, I take it, I put my hand over the bottle. So you might end up using the whole bottle depending on how big your home is. You want to leave like a little crease like that in it. And you just cast that throughout the house, okay? Cast it throughout the house. Closets, open up all your cabinets, cleanse. At that point, you want to put the eggs. I've shown y'all how to cleanse your home with salt and eggs, and I've shown y'all different types of cleansing spells that way. But you need to do those type of things under your bed just to see what's coming towards you. So if you do the salt with the lemon, that will tell you what kind of energy you have, if it's a dark energy or if it's just like a family member. Because if the salt with the lemon turns out black, then that means you have like a dark energy in your home. If it turns out just slimy, but it's not black, then that means it's just like may not be a family member, but it's an energy that's following you. It may be, it's never your spirit guides. That's something else. You're welcome. You're welcome, baby. Black Karma says, that's it, I'm about to scream. You're welcome. You're welcome, baby. So yeah, just keep your house in order and keep fuck ass people out of your life. And I don't care who they are. If they bring you any type of unease, you dismiss them. On period. Dismiss immediately. Okay? Don't let people feed you crumbs. And then I went to a poetry thing Wednesday, and this man said, don't wonder why people are feeding you crumbs. Wonder why you keep eating them. I said, well, damn. I wrote it in my phone, but I remembered it just for y'all just now. But I literally kept a note of that note in my phone because I wanted to post that on Instagram and put the poet's name. Okay? So that's it. Do y'all have any questions? Y'all so funny. You're welcome, Christina. You so funny. Daniela said in jail. Damn, that's obvious. No, Daniela, you don't realize people date men, and that's a whole thing right there. They have a TV show. You need to watch it. I forgot. Is it what is a TV show called? That the people are dating people in jail, and then they bring them home, and they have a whole life with them. I had not a good girlfriend, but a girlfriend from my childhood. She was more like my god sister's good girlfriend, but I've known her a long time. She married her man in jail. Married him, stayed with him for over 10 years, and he came home, and they're still married. But I think he had a lot of money though. I think that's why she was so happy. Okay? What's wrong, baby? Saturday magic. What do you do usually? On my Saturdays, I do whatever I want to do. Usually, if I preserve Saturdays for dark work and Tuesdays for dark work, I try not to be too into the dark. But if it's anything I'm doing that's going to capture somebody's energy, I am using Saturday energy or Tuesday energy. So, what did I do last Saturday? Let me show you. I did a domination box. That's what we did last Saturday. I think this is on Patreon. I have a Solomon seal that I burn a candle on every day with this domination box. But I'm going to open her up because it's not the full 7 days yet. But I have a nice little person in here with some stuff to get them to do what I need them to do. And that's it, and that's all. So it's not finished fully yet. But, yeah. But she's working. She's working. So, yes, this is what I do on Saturdays. That's what I do on Saturdays. Also, I mean, I work. So I'll get my admin work done. I'll do a live with y'all. Saturday is really good for a work day. I don't know why people don't really get it in. I guess we get our personal work done, our banking and things like that done on Saturday. But yeah, Saturdays is what I do. I work. I do readings. I'll get up Saturday morning. I got my client readings. Then I do whatever spells I need to do. And anything, because last Saturday before that, I was separating a dog from a family and bringing it back to a certain person. So I do stuff like that. Anything that it's removing, banishing, cleansing. It can be anything. I don't like to use Saturday energy to attract because Saturn is not the way to go. You know? I don't like Saturn to attract stuff. I'll pass on Saturn when it comes. I like the gifts Saturn give you after you've done the work that Saturn has had. So he's the best gift giver. If you want to know about, like, between Saturn and Jupiter, Saturn is actually the best gift giver. Because he teaches you, he's a taskmaster, so he teaches you how to get it. Then when you get it, You've done so much work that you're a well-oiled machine that it's a consistent flow. You see what I'm saying? You would have planted a forest of trees and a whole farm fucking with Saturn. Whereas Jupiter would have given you the $1 million, you would have gone shopping and would have been broke a year later living in your auntie's couch talking about what you used to have and how you used to have it and how you got to get a job and do, you know what I mean? And that's how they work. So when Jupiter gives you something, it's a blessing, it's fun, but it's fleeting. You know what I mean? Whereas when Saturn does it, it's because you've earned that shit. That's that 9 of Pentacles. You've earned hard work, dedication, that type of stuff. So that's what I do on my Saturdays. I do fucked up shit sometimes. But this is, see, y'all have to trust the fact that y'all are not just going to be doing fucked up shit to people that don't deserve it. Now, if y'all got a boyfriend that you hate or somebody that left you, fuck them. Let them move on. It's best for you. You see what I'm saying? If you have someone who has purposely tried to hurt you, step on you, hold you back, clip you up, throw dirt on your path, you're entitled to... I would just be fucking people up. It's just what it is. I'm not that... Can you make works to attract stuff? Yeah. You can make things. Yes, you can. You can make anything during that time. In fact, I would say make it on a Saturday because that is your work. You see what I'm saying? So make your things because you want the long-term abundance. Remember, you can use Saturn energy from good and bad. So while I'm fucking somebody up and putting them in a goddamn box, you're building something that's going to take you long-term. So that's a good way to use Saturn's energy. That you're right on point, baby. Don't think twice about it. Don't question your magic. Just sometimes think about it. Like if you know that cinnamon is supposed to bless you and you're watching a video of a person standing at the sink, washing their hands with the faucet flowing with cinnamon, and you know that with a spiritual bath, if you're soaking in the bath, that means you're trying to attract and cleanse. And if you're letting the shower hit you and just run down, you know you're banishing. So you have to think about that. So why would a person be washing their hands and letting the water flow with cinnamon? So do you want the money to come or do you want the money to be fleeting? You got to sometimes you got to think about those type of things. You see what I'm saying? You might have to think that through. So I try not to, but I don't want to tell you your magic is wrong. I just be kind of think that through. You don't want the abundance going down the drain. You want the abundance coming towards you, that type of thing. Or when we pray, and I'm going to do a video on prayer. We were taught to pray like this. But this is where we channel our energy. So the prayer is going into the other hand. It's coming right back to you, which is a beautiful thing because you can definitely consider yourself a god. You're not God, but you are a god, and you're entitled to pray to yourself. But the reality is this is how we pray. If we're talking to God and we want to channel with God, we're sending up that energy with the right and we're receiving with the left. That's how that goes. Do you heed work like to get a raise? You can do that on Friday. Daniela, you can do it on Friday. Money work, you can do money work any day. I wouldn't do it on Saturday though. Because I don't want to work hard for my money. I'll do that on Friday, Thursdays, Sundays. Those are my money manifestation days. Any day of the week. On a Tuesday. All right, boo. Let me let y'all go. Y'all look at this little wand I found in the park yesterday. I engraved it with sigils. I have Mars and Jupiter and Venus and the sun. I just like carved them into the wood and cleansed it. It was so cool. And I'm going to finish creating some more wands, so y'all have some videos coming up. So I did a live the other day and showed them how to make the wooden spoon wand and how to do this one. But this is just like a wooden stick that you just carve into, but you can do anything with it, of course. But I want this one to point at items when I'm showing y'all stuff. That's what this is for. This and this and this and this. Okay. All right, bye. I'm gonna let y'all go. I love y'all. Dun, 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 dun.